Hi, my name's Dave and welcome to day 31, the final day of RPGaDAY. First of all, thank you for putting up with me for the last 31 days, and it's been a blast and if a little bit of hard work, but it's been great. And first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who's taken part and for sharing the images and for sharing the videos and for just getting the internet talking about RPGs. So the final topic is a monumentous one: favourite RPG of all time. If you've been following me over the last month, you'll have noticed that I've pointed out some awesome games that everybody should be looking at. But my favourite RPG I've saved for the last day. I haven't actually mentioned it yet. You'd probably think that I was going to say Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters has been an enormous influence on my gaming and writing. But Ghostbusters led to another game which was possibly one of the most influential elements of my childhood. Star Wars. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh, Star Wars, prequels, Star Wars is dead to me. Star Wars was a huge element in my life when I was a kid. I remember seeing it when I was very, very, very young. My parents took me to see it at a cinema that was called the Dorchester in Hull. It had been closed for many, many years and reopened especially for Star Wars, and I think they showed Star Wars continually for about a year. We had to book our tickets months in advance before we could even get in because the demand was that high, and Star Wars completely changed my life as a kid. It was science fiction. It was like the first time I'd seen anything like that, and probably the same case for a lot of people. So playing RPGs was a huge element of my childhood as well. So when Star Wars came along as an RPG, it just had to be done. I was just looking at the little label on the back here. It says the first 10 years, 1977 to 1987. Wow, that's a long time ago. The actual production of it is really nice as well. Not only did you have some very cool solo adventure to get you into the game and some cool pictures of spaceships and things like that, but you also had full colour spreads. This fantastic recruitment poster to get people to join the Imperial Navy. This little game, while it lacked a little bit on character creation because it did kind of ask you to fill in a template for particular types, this little game kept me GMing for so long you wouldn't believe. And strangely enough, I only ever owned the core book. This little beauty, the source book, which had how TIE Fighter squadrons are laid out and the designs for rebel bases and how repulsor vehicles works and things like that, and Star Warriors, which was the tabletop combat system for spaceship combat. I never really bought any of the other supplements, never bought any adventures for it. Star Wars was such a huge universe to me, even as a kid, that you didn't really need it. The games wrote themselves. The players were all their characters were rebels. There was a couple of rogue Jedi in there as well, just for fun, and they just had a blast flying through space, shooting TIE fighters, running constantly from stormtroopers. It was non-stop combat and hijinks and fun, which is the key thing when it comes to role-playing games. It was fun. There have been many, many incarnations of Star Wars since. There's been the Wizards of the Coast one, which used D20, and there's the new Fantasy Flight one, which is the size of a planet itself, with funky dice and more supplements than you can shake a stick at. But to me, the West End Games one was perfect, especially the first edition. Sure, it was ridiculous. I remember the pilot of the Carillion freighter that I was GMing had such high piloting skills. Whenever the TIE fighters attacked, he used to roll like 30d6 and could outwit like entire squadrons of TIE fighters with one flick of a joystick. It was hideously overweighted like that, but it was great and it was fun, which is the key when it comes to role-playing games. If it's not fun, you're not doing it right. Well, that's the end of RPGaDAY. At least it will be when today's finished. I haven't heard from you guys yet. Share online. There's the little hashtag thing, RPGaDAY. Spread the word, Facebook, Twitter, G+, things like that. If this has been fun and you've enjoyed doing it, let me know. The more people who get involved with this sort of thing, and the more people who give me feedback, the more likely this is going to be to happen again next year for Gen Con month. I'd certainly like to do it again. What about you? Why don't you suggest some questions? Suggest the topics for next year. Just let me know. Hashtag RPGaDAY, or get in touch with me via my blog. If you look at Autocratik.com, there are links to my Facebook page, my blog, my G+ page, and my direct email. I know I'm asking for spam, but email me, suggest some topics for next year, and who knows, I might see you this time next year. Until then,